everyone, welcome to Day Trippin'. I'm Charlie, and in this segment we're going to be exploring the Apache Trail outside of Phoenix, Arizona. And I'm standing on what are the remnants of the old Grand Hotel in Apache Junction, Arizona. This is actually the beginning of the Apache Trail, or at least it used to be before they tore the hotel down in 2006. This hotel was built in 1960 and survived about 45 years, but in those 45 years it had several celebrities come out here and stay because of the movie sets and the open desert that the Westerns used an awful lot in the 60s. So quite a few stars stayed here and then went out to the base of the Superstitions and made their movies. So it was kind of a hot spot for a few years, but you know, Westerns faded in the 70s and so did, you know, a lot of the movie making out here. Apache Land was the biggest movie set here. It's 6 or 7 miles this way across the desert, and in those days, like I say, it was nothing but desert. That's where most of the movies were made out here. It burned down in 2004, so you know, that'll kind of let you know there's not much in the way of Westerns being made anymore out here, but there is a ton of history, and the Apache Trail is what we're going to be exploring. It's just endless. It's like every mile there is something else to see. So I've lived out here for 20 to 25 years, I think 22 years now, and I know the trail pretty well. I've worked on it in a few places, so I know the owners of the place. I know some of the people that work there. So we're going to stop into a couple of these places and check them out, and we'll just explore it thoroughly from one end to the other. It's about 20 miles long, so I will see you on the road. So this is Philly's Roadhouse. This will be one of the honorable mentions. It closed a couple of years ago, but what a great place to eat and stay. Great big wings, had great barbecued ribs, good beer, just a nice place. A lot of bench seating. They had an outdoor patio. It was a lot of fun. One of those things, you know, that just it's not here anymore, and that's too bad. It was a great part of the trail. We're barely on the trail. I think I've made it out about a mile, and just wanted to stop here real quick and just give mention to a place that served a lot of people for a lot of years. I was a little surprised when I heard it closed, but it happens out here as the years go by. You can see a little bit of the porch back there, and then the Superstition Mountain behind it. It's a great view, a great place to come out, like I say, and have a beer, have some ribs. All right, on to the next spot.
That splendor day after day and share it with visitors from all over the globe who have come to know that the Apache Trail is full of interesting historic tidbits.
Okay, so this is the Superstition Museum. I'm not going to go through a lot of the stuff here. Be good if you come out and take a look at it for yourself. We're ending the little tour here at the Elvis Chapel. This chapel was in the movie Charo in 1969. It was the only movie that Elvis made that he didn't sing in. I think that's why the chapel was so popular. Anyways, it was originally out at Apache Land, which was a movie set about 8 or 9 miles from here. And most of Apache Land burned down in 2004, but this was spared, so it was brought over here and made a part of the museum. That was about the time that the museum was just taking off, so it was a great addition out here. Anyways, we're going to leave here and we're going to make a quick stop at the old mining camp restaurant. We'll see you there. So this is the mining camp restaurant. It closed somewhere around 2013, 2014. It opened in the 60s out here, and it was the only thing out here. The first time I came out here, I was 14 years old. Now I'm 61 this year, so it was a few years ago. What a phenomenal view. Look at the Superstitions. And back when this opened, there was nothing here. No houses, no other roads, just this road coming up to the mining camp. Really a shame. What a great place to come and bring the family and spend a few hours up here. They had a show and they had bench seating, and they just served one menu. You didn't really have a choice of what you got to eat up here. It was ribs and chicken and mashed potatoes, and was really good. It's really a shame to see this close. I actually lived to the next door. I actually lived next door to the owner's grandson for quite a while, and he worked out here. In fact, he was living next to me when the place burned down and had to close. My son worked out here for a year as a baker. They did a lot of rolls and different kinds of stuff, so he had a full-time job as a baker out here for a season, which is really cool. Nice to still see the buildings, but the big building is gone now. Yeah. Time marches on. Let's head on down to the ghost town. All right, well, we've made it to the ghost town, so let's get in here and take a look at this place. This place is pretty wild. It's as authentic as it can get. I know the owner casually. I don't know him real well, but I've talked to him several times, and he has tried to replicate everything that was this town originally. It's a great little place. Bob has kept the admission free. You can come out here and not have to spend a dime to park and wander around. Now, there are some stuff that you can, there are some rides and some attractions that, you know, you can pay a little money and go inside and see. I would strongly suggest a museum. It's pretty unique. There are a lot of stuff in there that you're just not going to see anywhere else. You can't miss the Mammoth Saloon. It can be a little intimidating, looks like a big cowboy bar, but in reality this whole place is just Disneyland. So come enjoy it and have a great time. I'm going to show you some of the stuff that's here, and then we'll move on to the next place.
Bring her into the bar. I don't like it. She's been avoiding the gang. What's going on? Now hold on a second. You just got to put that thing away right now. Serious.
Tommy, you busted me! Well, I got me, you stay up! Don't feel good about his funky man.
So the reptile exhibit is closed. It's about 4 o'clock, but this is a good place to bring your kids. They have a lot of the local reptiles, the rattlesnakes, the Gila monsters, tarantulas, scorpions, as well as a lot of other stuff in there. So this was the original church that was built up here early part of the 2000s. A couple of years later, they went ahead and built this one right here, which is, as you can see, a lot bigger. They do have Sunday services here. Not a whole lot of people attend, but it is really cool to come up here and go to church Sunday morning. So this is a lot of fun for the kids. Sounds like it's kind of fun for the adults too.
Hello.
Hi.
$5. How many tokens do you want? 2.
The Blue Nugget, one of the few gift shops here in town. Don't know anything about this one. Still don't know anything about this one. So this is the big gift shop here at the ghost town. A lot of stuff in here, well worth the stop. I'm gonna poke my head in here.
Hi there. Welcome in.
Thank you.
It is fudge.
So the Mudslinger here was originally founded by a man named Tom. I'm not sure what his last name is. He used to come into the Mammoth here and have a beer about every night when I worked there. Tom has passed away. They've got a memory or a memorial to him down in Boot Hill. We'll see that in a little bit. But I was just talking to the new owner. She knew him and she knew his wife, and was a bygone time. He had all of his pottery sitting out here, and you could just pick it up and put your money in the can and walk off with it. It was really a great place. So Tom was a great guy. All right, so this is Boot Hill I was telling you about. Here is Tom's memorial up there. Tom Mudslinger. I can't see what it says. I said I didn't know his last name. Is it Schoolcraft? I'm not sure, but I knew Tom. He was a good guy.
out. How you got 5 minutes to figure it out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We gotta get that bloody base.
Absolutely. Yeah, but there's snow up there right now.
Oh, there's snow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tommy? Tommy? You haven't gotten any better looking over the years, man. How you doing?
Doing good.
Good to see you. I'm just filming you right now, hope you don't mind.
No, I don't mind.
I know it happens every day of the week.
Tommy, I got a question. Okay, I ran her card and I ran out of paper. I did.
Oh, this is Tommy, the owner's son. Great guy, been out here almost 20 years.
I would have canceled it out.
Yes, my brother.
Cowboy Dan, how are you?
Wonderful, fantastic. What a good
to
shake
see you.
hand. Holy Moses. Goliath is not bad.
You're breaking mine. Good to
Ron,
see
how
you.
are you? Nice to see you.
Very good. I was going to tell you.
For 1 second, I said, who is this guy? Your hair never gets white. What happened?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'm just lucky, I guess. It'll happen very quick, I promise you. So.
Nice to see you again.
Yes, good to see you again, too.
Can I get you anything?
No, just passing through, but thank
Remember
you.
Tommy?
Oh, yeah, we've talked just a little while ago. Good to see you. So this is the Miners Grill here behind me. I usually eat up at the Mammoth. I like the Mammoth burger, the hamburger they have up here. They do have a good burger here, but you don't want to miss this place because they have an ice cream that's made for this place and only served here. It's called Dynamite Crunch. Go inside and get it on a waffle cone. It's a great way to end the time out here.
One scoop. I think I will do it of, I'll take 1 scoop of this chocolate. Oh, wait a minute, no, the cherry.
So that's going to be about it for the ghost town. We're going to head across the street to the Bluebird Mine gift shop and store. It's a mine that's been around for a long time. Across the street from it is a wasp mine, which is on this property and still operating. So we'll take a quick stop there and show you what's going on. Okay, well, I had to go home last night and come back here the next morning. We're going to go ahead and pick up from the Bluebird Mine gift shop here in the Ruiz Marina. Now we're going to stop down the road here just about, I don't know, half a mile, at the Lost Dutchman State Park. So I will see you when we get there. Okay, so this is the Lost Dutchman State Park. They're going to charge me a fee to get in here, so I'm not going to pay it. I've been in here before. This has a great day use. You can also, I believe, camp in here. But the big attraction here is Siphon Draw. It's a trail that'll take you straight up to the top of the Superstition mountain there. It's quite a hike. I've done it a time or two in my younger days. I don't think I'd do it now, but if you come here and pay the fee, you can go to the hiking trails, which has the Treasure Loop. It has the Dutchman Trail, and then there is, of course, Siphon Draw, which takes you up to the top. So there's a lot of hiking here, but you can just come here and enjoy the desert. It really is a nice place. So. We are at Jacob's Crosscut parking area here, about a quarter mile, half mile into the road. Imagine that mountain is pretty backlit with the sun there. They come out in the morning because this is, had to come out in the morning because this makes for a long day out here. So let's see where we're at. We are right here at the Crosscut Trail. Siphon Draw is way back over there. The massacre grounds, I'll let you read up on that. That was where some settlers were attacked by some of the local Apaches right out here, not very far away. And then, of course, Jacob's Crosscut Trail, which takes you, looks like, all the way back into town. So, well, it looks like the place is getting more and more crowded, so we're going to go ahead and get on down to the end of the road, which is where the First Water parking area has got about another mile to go, so we'll see you when we get there. This is the parking area for First Water. There's the trails right there, several different ones. How many trails do we have here that we can access? 3 or 4?
About 5 or 6.
5 or 6. I see the Hackberry Springs. There's a Dutchman Trail, the Treasure Loop. Is there Jacob? Can we get to Jacob's Trail from here? Not from here.
No.
What else
First Water.
First Water.
Second Water, Black Mesa.
Excellent.
Yeah, there's a lot of trails out here. Yeah.
Okay. I'm doing a video on the entire trail, and this is my my trip today out here. I don't think I'm going to take any of the trails, but
No?
I appreciate your
Yeah, no
information.
worry.
Yeah. Now I'll let somebody else do it. I'll tell them they're here and they can't actually go for the walk. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yep. Yeah, that's here, take a picture. Take a picture of this map. This one's.
That's a good one, huh?
This is a good map.
Excellent.
This is
Okay.
Yeah, because this one, there's stuff on here that's not on there.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you know, I'm noticing that too, because I'm doing some research online, and some places say you can do this and some say you
Right.
can't do that. Is there access to Weaver's Needle from the horse parking area? It looked like there was a trail that
The
came-
fastest way to get to Weaver's Needle is Peralta Trail.
Peralta Trail. Okay.
Peralta Trail, Fremont Saddle.
Yeah, up over the
then
top
drop
and back
down.
down.
That's
I've done that, and it's a beautiful
That's the
trip.
fastest way to get there.
Well, I was looking at the Weaver's Needle parking lot, and I know it's a place you can see the needle, but I didn't think there was a trail. But one of the websites said, yeah, you can take a little trail down to the horse park area, and then off to
'cause-
Weaver. It doesn't look like it's possible to me.
No, it's not, because
No.
Peralta, it's right there.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was just
Yeah.
strange that it would come back and come. It just didn't make any sense at all.
You could do it from here, but it'd be like a long way.
It'd be a long ways,
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
Peralta's the fastest way.
You know what it says? It says if you have a two-wheel drive vehicle and you can't make it to this parking lot, you can park at Peralta and walk to the Needle. I mean, not Peralta, at Weaver's Needle parking lot and walk to the Needle.
Oh.
That'd be a long walk.
Yes, it would. Yeah, that'd be long, yeah.
What is that book, by the way? Hiker's Guide to the Superstition Wilderness. All right, my friend. Well, I really appreciate it.
No worries.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then I think there's a newer one, because this one's 30. I'm dating myself. This was like 32 years old. Seriously. Yeah. Hello.
Good
How are you? Hey, puppy. What's up?
How are you?
I'm well, and you?
Good, King, come here.
Hello.
If you find some gold back there, tell us, okay? Please. All right. Thanks again. This is the horse trailer parking area out at First Water. Now it's a little bit shy of the actual parking lot, which is about another half mile down the road, but this parking area here, you've got a lot of parking now. Obviously horse trailers are here, but you have a lot of car parking right here, and the reason is because across the street here, right over here, is the entrance to the Dutchman Trail. And you can hit the trail right here. Then once you get back into the parking area, you come to the north side of it here, you can get through this gate, and obviously it's big enough for the horses to get through, but you know, it's a people trail as well. This trail will take you to Hackberry Spring, which is really a pretty walk as long as it's not too hot. If there's some water back in there, it's really pretty. Well, we made it back out of First Water here, back down to the highway, right here at this parking area, just at the beginning of the road. If you don't want to travel back into the parking area at First Water, which is a little over 2 miles back there, you can stop here at the beginning of the road and park, and you have several trails that you can take from right here. So it's really your choice out here of how far you want to go. This will be it for First Water. We're on our way now down to the next stop, which is a little known area, also a horse trailer parking area with some trails that go out into the desert. This particular place we're going has a mine about a mile into it, so I'm going to get out and park, and we'll take our first walk there and walk back to the mine and look down it. We'll see you when we get there. All right, well, I've come back out to the little horse trailer parking area on a different day. It was so crowded the other day. There must have been 30 to 35 horse trailers in here, horses everywhere, people everywhere. And this is just kind of a side stop. This is another entrance to Bulldog Canyon. And like I say, it'll take us down about a mile. So the Superstition Mountain there and the Superstition Mountain Range runs all along up there, but you come across the highway where we're at, and these are the gold fields. Now, supposedly a different mountain range. I guess they are geologically. You can separate them, but they're pretty doggone close. The only thing separating them is the little valley that the road runs through out there. Yeah, long gradual uphill, no big deal. I like downhill better. Now these cactus here in the late summer and in the fall have little strawberries on them. I'm not sure the name of these cactus, but you can find them in the fall with these long red fruits coming off them. They're quite good. They're a little bit bitter like a wild strawberry, but it's really surprising to be able to eat a fruit right off of a cactus. I remember it wasn't very far out here, but I can't remember exactly how far it was out here, so I guess I'll know when I get there. Show you a cactus. Teddy bear cactus. I don't know what's so teddy bear about them. You get close to them and they jump right at you. So I never did find the mine, which is okay. This was a nice walk. Kind of a cloudy day. I think it was raining in places just a little while ago. I could hear some thunder. Anyways, not a bad view for the walk back. It's a nice place to come out and, you know, do an hour hike. A couple hour hike in this case. So this is the Weaver's Needle parking area where you can see Weaver's Needle. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's directly out there. I would assume that it is. There's an awful lot of backlight because of the sun, because it's early morning. But this trail here, you can see, is concrete slabbed all the way out to a bench where you can sit and just enjoy the desert. Real easy walk out here. I'm going to take a walk out to the bench here so you can see the end. Now here is the bench. Out there, if you can see it, it's just the top of Weaver's Needle. There's a trail that continues on a ways here, but it kind of peters out, doesn't really go anywhere. So I like the bench area, but I think I would prefer it looking back this way. Some pretty interesting rock formations on the other side of the road. We're going to get over there in just a minute. Bulldog Canyon. Bulldog Canyon is just across the way here. We're going to take a walk down to a rocky outcrop that people have used for shelter for thousands of years. Wait till you see this. So this is Bulldog Canyon, just basically across the street from Weaver's Needle parking lot. It's down about a quarter mile, not very far. We'll go down about 3/4 of a mile, maybe a mile at the most, to a couple of rocky outcrops that have been used as shelters for thousands of years, and you'll see when we get there. So let me get my stuff put together here and we'll head on down. All right, so we're on the wash. Real easy walking. Just sand, a little bit of rock. We get down here, this is kind of a shortcut I took here. We get down onto the long part of this wash. You'll see it's just sand, sand, and more sand. And this sand here has a lot of black in it, a lot of black sand, and I tell you, looking for gold, that's what you want to find, is black sand. So this rock right here was a Native American workplace or a workstation. When I came out here in 2003, I found, when I came out here in 2003, I found 15, 20, maybe more broken arrowheads sitting up here on the top, all around the sides, and all around this thing. So I got curious, and I was looking at it, and it really looked like, you know, someone had been making arrowheads. So I took a walk up here and I found more discarded arrowheads and spearheads up on the top of the hill, because I got to thinking, you know, there's probably young men out here doing this, not very old, and they break one and get mad and just throw it off into the bushes. And sure enough, all back up in here are bits and pieces. God knows how many years that they use this rock. Now this rock, over the years, as the wash changes, it disappears and then it shows back up again and disappears and shows back up again. So there were times that it wasn't usable, and then other times where it was, you know, you can see how it is. It's almost the size of a table, and it's got some couple of flat spots that would work pretty good for, you know, chipping an arrowhead. So this is a real interesting place for me because of what I found here the first year that I showed up. Now, you're not supposed to take any of that stuff, but I'll tell you what, it's long gone. I don't know if it's buried again, if someone has come by and cleaned the thing out, but none of what I found is still there. I would imagine that what I found back up in here is still there. Most of it was partially buried, and, you know, you could tell it had been there for a long time. So, great place. I came across this and it looked like a bottle at first. This is obsidian. Piece there. They get this piece. It's about see-through. Some of this stuff has great color in it. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah, along this wash, a lot of stuff. Get the size of this one. Wow, look at that. Whole bunch of it here on the ground. There's one that almost made an arrowhead. Hey, not quite though. Got tossed aside. A whole bunch more up here. Look at this arrowhead right here. Look at this. Now how close was that? They almost had it. It's sharp as a razor blade. It all is. This one has beautiful color. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Wow. I see a couple of great big pieces here, so let's pull them out and take a look. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, is this a piece? No, that's a leaf. Look at the size of that piece. Pure obsidian. Black glass. Now let's move this out of the way. There's another piece there. Another nice piece. Started to be an arrowhead. Too thin. Like I say, they tossed this stuff aside hundreds of years ago. Look at that. Nice and quiet in here, no wind, easy walking through this. You know, it's not really sand, it's gravel, but it's more sand than gravel, so it's cushioned and pretty easy to walk on. I'm not seeing big swaths of black sand down here like I've seen in the past. There is some and I can see it, but there were places in the past that I've been down here that the whole side of the wash was just covered in this fine black sand. I'm not seeing that. It'll probably be here somewhere. We're getting pretty close to the shelters here. A couple more minutes, we'll be there. This is a crossroads here. You can go up the hill, continue on what has become a road. They've turned that into a road, or you can stay on the wash here. Now, if you have horses, you pretty much need to take the road because I think this gets to be fairly impassable, but it's a nice walk if you're, it's a nice walk if you're walking. That's some scenery down here worth looking at, whereas the road that goes up and over is just more desert. Washes are kind of nice because they offer different colors and different rocks. As you can see here, we're going through some blue and purple right now, which is pretty cool. This is another desert oddity that you'll see out here, and that's lichen. Lichen is pretty common in the Northwest. It's pretty common all over the world, but it's not very common in the desert. But it is here in Arizona. There are a few kinds that grow where this rock is purple. My goodness. Yeah, more of it here. Yeah, it looks like there's just a little bit of water holding in the wash, which is good. A little bit's better than a lot for me. Get too much in this wash and all the walking areas are underwater. So man's been down here a little bit to help things along. As you can see the well here. Pretty cool. It's, not recent. Somebody did that a long time ago. I would say probably between the 20s and the 50s, maybe longer. So as you can see, we're coming up on a pretty tight canyon. And that's where the shelters are going to be. I didn't have any idea this was here. I thought, the first time I came down, I took the wash like I'm doing now, and I thought this And I thought this walk, you know, to this point was really cool, but I came around this corner and saw these things, and I just, you know, you could just tell that this is a real part of history here, and it's been around for a long time. And we're going to get close to it, and I'm going to show you kind of why I believe that and why I say that. All right, we're getting close to it now. And you see, if you brought your car down that road, you still couldn't go very far down this wash, because this right here turns to, I don't know if I use the word waterfall, but it turns into an obstacle, a rock obstacle that you can't get past. So horses can't get past it, cows can't get past it. Well, there they are up there, probably having a hard time seeing them because of the backlight. But we're going to crawl up there. We'll climb up there. I'm not going to crawl. We're going to climb up there and take a look at them. I'm going to continue down the wash here just so you can see around the corner before we go up there. So we came down into this tight little part of the canyon. Like I say, it's pretty well impassable for cattle and for horses. Now, not to this point. They can still make it this far, but when we get around the corner here, you'll see. Now, these pieces of rebar here, another piece here, another piece on down there, they used to hold a pipe, and the pipe the pipe drained out into this cattle trough that you'll see here in a minute. I don't know if you can see you can see them from up there, probably not. Yeah, we got the sun. Got the sun being a real problem now. But anyways, as you see here, it's pretty difficult for cattle to get through here, and again, they can still get through to this point. When we get to here, really nothing but the humans are going to make it through this. Drop down here. The big drop down here. Slide on my butt to get down here. So those couple of obstacles there, I mean, just absolutely made it impossible for cattle and horses to get through here. And then when the water flowed, that made it even harder, because this right here could be 2-3 feet deep. And then when you get out of the, look at that. When you get out of the tight canyon, you have this area here, and so if you just kind of picture this area as a corral, you got the rocks to hold them in. See, you've got corral walls all the way around, and depending on how many head of cattle you have, you could put a fence down here quite a ways. And you could lock your cattle in here at night, sleep up there in one of the shelters, which we'll see in just a minute. You'd have to have somebody up there on guard, looking down on your cattle. What a ton of history. Ton of cowboy and Native American history right here in this corner, because everybody used this corner, especially for shelter. Now let's go up to the shelters and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, this is the hardest part of it. I got to get up this 6 or 8 foot stretch here up into the caves. So let's go for it. See, this rock is pretty slick and my hands are full of cameras, so we'll see what happens. Okay, that first couple steps are a little treacherous there. Really slick. Now look at this. Goes right on through. You can sit up there. You can lay up there. Yeah, it's a little hard to see with the backlight, but now up on the roof, the ceiling, is fire smoke or soot. Up on the roof is soot. I don't know if you can see it back here, but it didn't happen last week. You know, this stuff is built up over thousands of years. And you can see how far out of the weather you actually are. So it's a great place to take shelter. Anyway, it's kind of a cool thing. Really worth the effort to come down here and climb up in this and see this. Just the fire soot alone will let you know how many thousands of years this thing has been used. Now I see a fresh fire right there. Somebody's had one recently, so still going on. But you could have your cattle right there around the corner. You could have somebody up on guard there. And you could hear them easily if anything happened. And it's just, you know, it's just a logical place. So a lot of artifacts, a lot of stuff around here if you look hard. But you're not supposed to take them, so leave them if you find them. Now I've got to go shut the drone off before it runs out of battery and falls out of the air. So if you're coming out the Apache Trail, you've got to take Bulldog Canyon, walk down here 3/4 of a mile, maybe a mile, climb up into those alcoves, into those little outcrops. There's something to see. One thing I didn't tell you back there when we ran into the lichen, and the lichen is still here all over the rocks, is that this grows on volcanic rock. And this area, starting here and then all the way out to Canyon Lake, actually all the way out to Tortilla Flat, is the remnants of a super volcano. Its caldera was 15 miles across, and what happened several years ago is that it spewed so much lava and so much ash that from this point north for the next 8 to 10 miles, or as big as the caldera was, it collapsed in on itself. So what we're going to be driving through when we leave Bulldog Canyon on out to the lake is the remnants of a collapsed super volcano, and it's quite interesting. Well, I think I'm going to end this video here at Bulldog Canyon. This will be part 1 in either a 2 or a 3 video series on the Apache Trail. We're going to head from here next out to Canyon Lake. There's a few things to see between here and there, and then a few more things to see on the lake itself. After that, we will go to Tortilla Flat, and then we'll make our way up to Fish Creek Hill. Lots to see between here and there. So like I say, I appreciate you watching to this point. Please like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification bell. That way you'll know when the next one comes up. Even if you don't do any of that, I can tell you the next one will be up in about 2 weeks. So I appreciate you watching. Until next time.